Hi, San Ildefonso. Good morning. It's Tana from Bridge to Health, New Mexico, and the Espanola Fitness Studio, joining you today for our health education 30-minute session. What's the date? It's August 18th. Actually, it's interesting. It's 8/18 the date, and it's 8/18 the time. So does that mean it's going to be a good day? I don't know. Maybe a bad day. Anyway, I'm so happy to be with you today. The original plan was going to be to chat with you about how important your connection to healthcare is. Unfortunately, those slides wouldn't populate this morning, so I've done a quick pivot, and we're going to talk about another really interesting topic, and that is the true benefits of exercise. We're going to go through some myth and reality check on what exercise actually does for you and what it actually does not do for you, no matter what that infomercial you saw in the middle of the night last night told you. So I will do the connection to healthcare the next Wednesday. I'll do it in 2 weeks. Okay, so hopefully those slides are good to go then. But now I'm gonna share my screen with you, and always remember any questions that you have, you can call our organization at 505-591-4200 anytime. You can ask us personally. You could comment after this is posted up on YouTube, or if you jump on here live with me on Zoom anytime, we can chat about your individual issues that way. You could also stop by our physical location here at 628 Riverside Drive, right next to the new Goodwill. So some of you might know where that is. All right, let's get started. Let me share my screen with you and let's talk about exercise. All right, here we go. Okay, first of all, I want to clarify the difference between physical activity and exercise. This is a very important distinction. I have a lot of clients who feel like they are active all day and so they don't have to exercise. But the truth is they are active, but they're not exercising, and they really do need to do both. So physical activity is any movement that is carried out by the muscles that require energy. So me tapping my screen, doing this PowerPoint presentation counts as physical activity because I have to use my arm muscles to tap that screen. In other words, physical activity is any movement that a person does. Okay? Rolling over in bed counts as physical activity, right? Getting off the couch counts as physical activity. Sitting down on the couch counts as physical activity. On the other hand, exercise is planned, structured, repetitive, intentional movement. I want you to notice that again. It's planned out, it's structured, it's repetitive, and it's intentional. When you are getting off the couch, your intention is not to do something that's healthy for your body, except that getting off the couch obviously is healthy for your body, unless you're moving to the refrigerator. But exercise is intentional, and it's intentionally intended to improve or maintain your physical fitness. So that's the difference between exercise and physical activity. Those of you who feel like you don't have to exercise because you're very physically active, again, it depends on what you're doing during that physical activity. It's probably not enough to have it count as exercise. A good example of this are people who work in the medical field. Let's say a nurse. He or she is on their feet all day. So their body feels tired, but that doesn't count as exercise. It counts as physical activity. Okay, I want to present this as an excellent book that you might want to read if you like to nerd out on exercise science. It's a great book. It's called Burn by Herman Poncer. And it says, Your daily activity level has almost no bearing on the number of calories that you burn, and burning energy doesn't protect you against getting fat. Number 2, your daily activity level, oh, that's a repeat. Number 2, the human body has a flexible metabolic engine. We'll talk more about that at some point in a presentation that we can really get into the science of metabolism. But what this book talks about is that our metabolism adjusts for the amount of energy that we're expending. And they study the Hadza people of Tanzania in this book. And these are very traditional people who are living in, I believe they're nomadic, if I remember correctly. And they are hunter-gatherers, so they're constantly moving their body, and they don't eat if they don't move their body, because if they don't move, they haven't gathered or hunted anything. So in this book, it talks about this study where they found that the Hadza people of Tanzania, who are constantly moving, burned the same amount of energy as you and I defined as sedentary urbanites in the West. You might not define yourself as an urbanite, but compared to the Hadza people, you are. So they're moving so much more than we are. But what studies have shown is that their metabolism has adjusted to burn the same amount as ours burns not moving. Okay. Does that mean that movement and exercise are not important? It definitely does not. Here's why. Studies show that programs that combine both diet and exercise result in a 20% greater weight loss compared to diet alone. So if you are trying to maintain or lose weight, you do need to combine both diet and exercise. But unlike most people believe, exercise alone will not do it, because just like the Hadza people, the more you move your body, the lower your metabolism is going to be to conserve energy and keep you alive. That's what your body does. So, highly suggest that you read this book for more information on that. Okay, looks like first I'm going to go through the quote unquote negative aspects of exercise. So the first thing I want you to know is that exercise causes physical stress. Exercise causes cortisol, which is a stress hormone in your body, to spike or to get high, which in an unstressed individual going back into a low stress environment will then help the cortisol levels to stabilize. So let me explain that a little bit more. If you have had a long day at work, and after work, you go for a run, or you take a hard exercise class, a cardiovascular strength exercise class, or you do some weightlifting, that is going to cause your cortisol to spike, right? Now, there are reasons for that. Exercise is stress, and so your stress hormones are released. It's not a bad thing if after that workout, you go back to a low stress environment. Having exercised, having your cortisol levels spike will then help your cortisol levels stabilize and become healthy, and it's a very healthy thing. However, if you go back into a high stress environment, your cortisol levels are going to stay high. What that means is if you are trying to exercise hard to relieve stress that you have at home or work, and you are going back into that stressful environment after your exercise, your cortisol levels are going to remain high, which is not where you want them to be. I believe we talked about cortisol already in a hormone presentation that we did together. It creates belly fat, especially in males. Cortisol is the hormone that can lead the most to weight gain in males. So the lesson there is that if you're going to do stressful exercise, again, which is cardiovascularly, if that's a word, stressful, or muscularly stressful, you need to make sure that you are going back into a non-stressful environment so those cortisol levels can calm down. This happens especially at the end of the day if you're exercising for a very long period of time. So you guys who are marathon running or long distance running, or if you're exercising at a very high intensity, the cortisol levels are going to spike more because it's more stressful in your body. But exercise is not bad. What's bad is our high stress culture or the high stress environment that you're living in. So what you want to do is fix that the best you can. I know not everything is under our control, but fix it as best you can, and then do that high stress exercise if it makes you feel good, but go back into a low stress environment. This brings up, once again, the importance of prioritizing your mental and emotional health, not only your physical health, and fit in recovery time. So recovery time is time to allow your body to recover from the stress of exercise. If you don't fit in appropriate recovery time, you're just going to be increasing stress hormone in your body. We can talk about recovery at some point also. That would be a cool topic to talk about. Nutrition and recovery, and just how to recover from high stress workout. Okay, but now let's get to the benefits. Let's get to the good stuff. Okay, these are true evidence-based benefits of exercise. Exercise actually makes you feel happier. It increases brain sensitivity for the hormones serotonin and norepinephrine, which relieve feelings of depression. It increases the production of endorphins, which are known to help produce positive feelings and reduce the perception of pain. So if you're afraid to exercise because you're in pain, know if you would start to exercise, you would feel less pain. It doesn't matter how intense your workout is. It can be a very gentle workout, or it can be a high stress workout. This is going to happen to you. These changes happen very quickly. It's not something that you have to wait a long time to get the benefits of. It will happen after your first workout. The next benefit of exercise is that it's good for your muscles and bones. This is something that you know intuitively, but here's how that works. Exercise can stimulate muscle building when it's paired with adequate protein intake in your diet. So I would imagine most people who are watching this are getting plenty of protein. Being able to build your muscles through exercise is definitely probable. Exercise helps to release hormones that promote the ability of your muscles to absorb amino acids. That's how exercise helps with muscle building. Exercise helps to build bone density when you're younger, in addition to helping prevent osteoporosis when you're older. Muscles are attached to bones, and the stronger the muscle is, the more it pulls on the bone, creating stress in the bone that makes the bone build back stronger or build up stronger. So super healthy for your muscles and bones. Next, exercise increases your energy level. One study found that 6 weeks of regular exercise reduced feelings of fatigue for 36 healthy people who had reported persistent fatigue. This is another reason, guys, if you're feeling like you don't have energy to exercise, you just have to do it because it will give you more energy and it will be easier to find those energy stores to be able to exercise. Exercise can significantly increase energy levels for people suffering from chronic fatigue syndrome and other serious illnesses. So for you guys who have a diagnosis of CFS or are going through some treatment like chemotherapy that's making you fatigued, working in exercise will give you more energy. Exercise has been shown to increase energy levels in people suffering from progressive illnesses, such as cancer, HIV, AIDS, and multiple sclerosis. So you got to get out there. Find the energy to get over that hump the first couple times, and you will find you have a lot more energy. Next, exercise has been shown to reduce your risk of chronic disease. A lack of regular physical activity or exercise is a primary cause of chronic disease. Okay, so on the other end of it, if you don't move your body, you are putting yourself at high risk for chronic disease. Exercise improves insulin sensitivity. I believe we talked about insulin already. So go back to that presentation if you want to learn more about insulin sensitivity. It improves your cardiovascular fitness, the relationship, how effectively your heart and lungs are pumping oxygenated blood to your body. It also improves your body composition, which is the ratio of your fat to muscle and other things in your body. But at the same time, it decreases blood pressure. It decreases blood pressure and decreases blood fat levels. All so positive. On the flip side, a lack of regular exercise, even in the short term, can lead to significant increases in belly fat, which increases the risk of type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and early death. What else is good about exercise? This is kind of a little known one. It helps with the health of your skin. Your skin is affected by the amount of oxidative stress in your body. What is oxidative stress? Oxidative stress occurs when the body's antioxidant defenses cannot completely repair the damage that free radicals cause to cells. This can damage the cell's internal structures and slowly deteriorate your skin. Yes, it's true. Exercise will make you more beautiful. Even though intense and exhaustive physical activity can ultimately contribute to oxidative damage, regular moderate exercise can increase your body's production of natural antioxidants, which help protect your cells. So you may not want to become an Olympic athlete, or you may, but it might affect your skin. In the same way, exercise can stimulate blood flow and induce skin cell adaptations that can help delay the appearance of skin aging. That's super cool, right? You want to look young, exercise. And pick your parents, right? All right, exercise helps your brain health and memory. How does this work? Exercise increases your heart rate, which promotes the flow of blood and oxygen to your brain. It can also stimulate the production of hormones that can enhance the growth of brain cells. The ability of exercise to prevent chronic disease can translate into benefits for your brain, since the function of the brain can be affected by these same diseases. So for diabetes, it's well known that long-term uncontrolled diabetes can have effects on the brain. Regular physical activity is especially important in those of us who are getting older, since aging, combined with oxidative stress and inflammation, promotes changes in brain structure and function. Exercise has been shown to cause the hippocampus, a part of the brain that's vital for memory and learning to grow in size. This serves to increase mental function in older adults. So exercise actually helps the hippocampus grow larger, which is going to help your memory and your learning ability. Exercise has proven to reduce changes in the brain that can cause Alzheimer's and schizophrenia. Exercise helps with sleep and relaxation. The energy depletion that occurs during exercise stimulates the recuperative processes during sleep. The increase in body temperature that occurs during exercise is thought to improve sleep quality by helping the temperature of your body decrease during sleep. So when you are sleeping well, your body temperature is low. That's why when we did the sleep presentation, we suggested that you keep your sleeping area cool. One study found that 150 minutes of moderate to vigorous activity per week can provide up to a 65% improvement in your sleep quality. It's pretty significant. And engaging in regular exercise is beneficial to the elderly who tend to be affected by sleep disorders. So exercise if you're having a problem with sleep. Exercise reduces pain. Studies show that exercise can help control pain that's associated with chronic low back pain, fibromyalgia, and chronic soft tissue shoulder disorder. So those are just some examples of big reasons that people feel like they can't exercise. And the truth is, if they were to exercise in the right way, which means sometimes you need a trainer or a professional to help you know how to exercise with that particular condition, it will actually reduce your pain. It's been shown that physical activity can also raise pain tolerance and decrease pain perception, right? It decreases your brain's connection with the nervous system to feel pain. It's very positive. Okay, finally, we get to what everybody thinks the big deal about exercise is. Exercise does help with your weight loss. However, not in the way that many people think it does. It's not through the caloric equation. The caloric equation is calories in less than calories out equals weight loss. On a very basic level, that's how it works, but that's really not how it works in real life. Taking that equation, people believe that they can eat a 300-calorie candy bar, exercise for burning 300 calories, and it's like they didn't eat the candy bar. But you guys should know by now from our talk about motivation, our talk about insulin, our talk about hormones, that candy bar had an effect on your body, even if you burned off the 300 calories. But exercise does work through, number one, increasing your muscle mass, which leads to an increase in your resting metabolism. I feel like we're going to have to do a whole presentation on the muscle. Maybe we'll do that. Super interesting. So exercise gives you stronger muscles, and stronger muscles are better butter burners, I always say. Better butter burners means that strong muscles burn calorie while you're at rest faster than not strong muscles. And this is the piece that I really see happen with my clients, is that exercising on a regular schedule gives you psychological motivation, and it helps you self-define as a healthy person. That's where I see the most benefit of, if you have a habit of exercising every day, you feel like a healthy person. You feel like, I am somebody who eats a salad instead of a Big Mac at lunch. That's who I am. And that is going to take you farther than anything else I've seen. So coming back now. I'm going to take off my screen share. Okay, we're back. I hope that that gave you some idea for the truth about exercise and your health, and some things that maybe you believe actually are myths. So the takeaways from this presentation are, number one, you cannot outrun a bad diet. Okay, the caloric equation is not that simple. Number two, exercise is awesome and amazing and does so many wonderful things for your body, for your mood, even if it's not helping you lose weight. If you're exercising like crazy and not losing weight, I really recommend that you either start tracking your food, keep a food log, and if you know what to look for in that food log, look at it yourself. If you don't know what to look for, please talk to a professional. That's something we can do here for you at Bridge to Health New Mexico, or maybe you know somebody else who can. You really need to be looking at the macronutrients in that food log. And you need to be looking at your stress levels. I want you to remember that exercise is stress. Cardiovascular strength building exercises are stress. Exercises like Tai Chi or yoga are not stress. So there are forms of exercise that are not stress. Really encourage you to build in every kind of exercise into your routine. Keep that exercise routine. It will take away your pain. It will make you happy. It will make your skin beautiful. It's all good. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed this presentation. Contact me if you have any questions, comments, corrections, ideas. If there's a presentation that you would like to see me do, or you have questions, please shoot them out to me. It would help me figure out topics to do for you in the future. Have a beautiful day. See you next week.